check on the well-being of her kids. So they don't even freaking eat. She don't even let the kids out the house. Why don't you go check on them kids? Make sure they're still living and breathing. Okay, I can do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because every time I call, today is April 8th and the year is 2022, and I would like to discuss my neighbor that lives next to me in number 9. She is the neighbor from hell. Like, you can't make this up. Like, it's unbelievable what I experience on a regular basis from her. She is about 28, 29 years old. She has a 7-year-old daughter. She doesn't go to work. She doesn't go to school. She doesn't own her own business. She's not an entrepreneur. I don't see her with any hobbies, but, I'm not going to consider selling weed, selling drugs, exchanging it with the homeless guy in the front and asking people if they would like to purchase anything from her. I'm not going to call that being an entrepreneur. Her favorite things to do is to blast music at any hour, at any time. Bang on my walls consistently. I'm not just talking about an accident where you're moving something in your house. I'm talking about bang, bang, bang. Stomp, stomp, stomp. This is ridiculous, to say the least, and it has been out of control since last year. She argues with herself, with whoever's in there with her, her daughter, her dog. She has a mental issue that I do not enjoy. Before I reported her to the manager, I had brought it to her attention for over 6 months. And then that she's got off the phone with the manager because she's calling me a rat and a bitch. She's yelling and screaming how I'm a bitch and she's gonna fuck me up. And then when I walk outside to the trash can or do anything, she comes to her door, she comes outside threatening me. She tried to run me over. She said she was going to kill me. Like, the list just goes on and on. She's threatened my mother. And she says that I continue to bring up the person who murdered her mother. Let me tell you something. When I first moved here, she said that they were gang members. She got this house because her mother was killed due to retaliation. So, your mother was killed due to retaliation. You guys are gang members. I am her neighbor who has treated her great. Her daughter was here on a regularly up until 6 o'clock in the morning. I've spent over $200 on her daughter. She's 8 here. I've welcomed her, took her on outings. I've taken the neighbor to the grocery store. I've taken her to take her daughter to the doctor's office. I used my AAA to tow her car from the city of Industry. And I've done nothing to her. I've treated her great. And this is how she treats me? But the person that murdered her mother, what is she doing to them? Has she put out a reward? Has she continued to call the police station and ask is there any leads? No, she chooses to threaten to murder me, say my mother is going to be killed, a person who has done absolutely nothing to her. She has her priorities messed up. So I deal with this. My children has to deal with this also. I homeschool my kids. I work from home. I return to school to finish my psychology. And when I am doing my work, when I'm helping my kids with their work, when I'm just doing anything in my house, I have to listen to the neighbor, blast her music, blast her TV. She's putting her speaker on my wall. She's yelling and screaming. It's just not like, yelling at your kids to discipline them. It's not a minor argument. This is regularly. Imagine if you had to deal with this nonsense. I don't appreciate it, to say the least. I do believe that someone like her will commit a murder. She has absolutely nothing going for herself. She has nothing to do. She will go to prison. What is she missing out on? Banging on the walls? Blasting music? Talking crazy? Like, who wants to live like that? You got to go outside and listen to somebody, I'm going to fuck you up.
You're going to be killed. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. What are you waiting for? Why do you keep talking about it? It's annoying. Then I have to listen to her daughter crying, yelling and screaming. I have to see her daughter. I was about to say dad. I have to see her daughter unhappy, and it's just so much that has been going on, and I don't appreciate it, to say the least. And she continues to say that the manager said it was okay. The manager doesn't like me. The manager is annoyed with me, and the manager is paying me back by allowing her to be a nuisance, allowing her to be a disturbance. Like, really? And so they're all buddy, but she was talking all kinds of mess about the manager, saying she was a slumlord. She was trying to evict her. She wouldn't fix her sink and different stuff in her house. But now that I had reported the manager because she refused to fix my air conditioning, and she was extremely rude to me on different occasions, they're buddy. If the manager was doing her job correctly, I wouldn't have reported her. If the neighbor wasn't doing what she was doing, I wouldn't have reported her. She's made false reports against me. She told CPS that my 6-year-old didn't have a car seat, that she walks outside in a diaper, that my kids are raggedy, that they need to be checked up on. They don't have clothes. They don't have food. She recently told the police officer that my kids don't eat and he needs to check to see if they're still alive. But then she told him that my kids play all day and night. So what is it? Okay, so you have a neighbor, you have multiple neighbors, whether if they work from home or whatever. Do you think that they want to listen to you blasting music all day and night, fighting, yelling and screaming? Do you think that people want to listen to it? Like, that I'm homeschooling my kids. That I'm working. Like, really? Are you kidding me? She is extremely jealous. She's a hateful individual. She is extremely miserable, and she's pouring her misery out to everyone who comes in contact with her. And she really needs to be evicted. She should have been evicted last year, and her daughter should have been taken away from her. She doesn't even like her daughter. Okay? She was using me as a safe haven for her. She's upset because she doesn't have me to watch her daughter for free, and she can't use me, and so on. And, I'm beyond sick of this situation, to say the least. It is 3:37 in the morning, March 15, 2022. The neighbor is arguing, screaming, and yelling.